So article 12 and 13. Let's start with article 12. We have discussed fundamental right in yesterday's class. We understood the significance of fundamental rights, uh, 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 types of fundamental rights, which fundamental rights has been removed from the list of fundamental rights. Lots of things we have understood yesterday's class. One very important thing we have understood that fundamental rights are available for us against the state. Fundamental rights, remember, fundamental rights are available for citizens against the state. What it mean? What it mean when you say that fundamental rights are available for the state? What it mean exactly? Today we have to discuss further on this. Today we have to discuss further on this. Yes, we have understood that fundamental rights are available against the state. I am asking what it mean exactly. Yes, fundamental rights are responsible to prohibit the state act arbitrarily. Okay, right. But the question is how? How fundamental rights can forbid the state acting arbitrarily? How? What? Yes. If the state violate your fundamental right, you can approach Supreme Court directly. Okay. So it means if there is a violation of fundamental right, you can go to the court. There is a little problem here. To say that you can approach court against the state means state has to appear in the court, isn't it? State has to appear in the court means need state as some tangible things, right? If I'm asking what is the definition of a state, do you understand when you say state, what is a state exactly? If you will go to the political science, we have uh, discussed as earlier, what political science says about state. If there are four ingredients are required to be a state, one is a certain territory, a certain population should live in it, there should be a system, and the territory should be sovereign. The four important ingredients should be there to have to be a state: the territory, the population, the system, and the sovereignty. If you think, if you see, these four things are totally abstract thing. Totally abstract thing. Can you present any of them in the court? These four things are very necessary to be a state. But the problem is that these four things are the totally abstract thing. Can you appear them in the court? When you are saying that you can complain against the court if there is a violation of fundamental right, state means these four things. Very difficult. They're abstract thing and you need tangible thing. Then what will you do? There is no such thing. When you are saying the fundamental rights are available for the citizens against the state, the statement has no meaning. What do you think? See, very important to understand what we call state, isn't it? Because when you right, but if you notice, all these four things are abstract thing. This is the problem. So what to do? What to do? How to find the solution? Find the solution. Article 12 is there. Article 12 defines the state. Whenever you talk about the fundamental right, in the context of fundamental right, what will be the state? Article 12 talk about that. This is the significance of the article. When you talk about the fundamental rights, the context of fundamental rights, what will be the state? State should be a very tangible thing, because it should have it has to appear in the court if there is a violation of fundamental rights. So Article 12 gives the solution. Article 12 highlight four things as a state. What are they? Just write down. Very first one, government, parliament, government and parliament. Second thing, state government and parliament. Sorry, and state legislature. Third one, local authorities. Fourth one, other authorities. These four things are considered as a state according to Article 12 when you are talking about fundamental. Directive principles also we will talk about later. Now the question is, what is Article 12 does? Define the state. And Article 12 consider these four things as a state regarding in the context of fundamental right. Clear? These two, the first two things are very clear. Central government, clear. Parliament is clear. Parliament MPs, Lok Sabha, member of Lok Sabha, member of Rajya Sabha. State government is clear. State legislature, legislative assembly, MLAs, member of legislative assembly, member of legislative councils, LCs. Local authority means, first you have to understand what the authority is. What is authority? Yes, the word authority means those who have the power to make or issue laws, bylaws, orders. Are you getting my point? Yes. Local authority means what? Panchayats, municipal corporation, taluka board, etc. So these are the local authorities. What is other authority? When Article 12 says that other authority will be the state, what do you mean by them? Yes, there is no definition written in the constitution what other authority will be. What will be the other authorities? Not defined in constitution. So what is other authorities? See, if anything is not defined in the constitution, how to find the solution? Where to go? In court? Yes. If there is any confusing language in the constitution, if there is something misinterpreted, only one answer is Supreme Court. You go to the Supreme Court, so Supreme Court will define, put the solution. So when the question arises about the other, what will be the other authorities, number of cases are there, numbers of cases. In different cases, Supreme Court give their verdict according to the situation. But if we extract all the verdicts, what solution we find? Any person or any organization, any body who take funds, sufficient funds from the government against their services, and controlled by the government, controlled by the government, considered as a state. Means there should be a control of the government of any person or any body. Control, if there is a control, that body will be considered as a state under other authorities according to Article 12. And if there will be sufficient funds given by the government, any government, central government, state government, any government, that body or person be considered as a state. Are you getting my point? It is clear. So significance of Article 12 is it gives the state a very tangible aspect. When we are talking about the fundamental rights, we have learned that fundamental rights are available for the citizen, for the person against the state. So it means if there is a violation of fundamental rights, the state has there should be a complaint against the state, and state has to appear in the court. So it means the state has some tangible things, and Article 12 gives a tangible aspects of the state. These four things are defined in the Article 12. These four things are considered as a state when we are talking about fundamental rights. Is that clear? Any confusion? Any confusion? Okay. Next, Article 13. Stop है ना ये?